for being a hardy Nantucketer who could come out in a goddamn January storm and brave the elements. Some of you know me, some of you don't. My name's Willie, and I'm just going to speechify for just a couple seconds because one of our local historians, former high school history teacher Peter Panchy, could not be here today. Because he's gone down to celebrate his sister's 90th birthday down in the Carolinas somewhere. So he gave me something that I'm going to read for you right now. And then I got another thing after that. And then we'll see how it goes. But I know people are getting wet and cold. And we're going to get this march together. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, words of Peter Panchy. I wish I could be with you today. We must stand together and stand up for what we believe the United States to be. We are a diverse community which solves its problems collaboratively, respecting the inalienable rights of all who inhabit our land. Our deliberations may not be the most efficient road to progress, but they allow for all to be heard and respected. This is democracy. The current provocations designed to create a false basis for emergency declarations must be understood for what they are. Manipulations designed to obliterate our rights and freedoms. They are lies made large by co-opted media and poisonous posts. This is the seizure of unjust and unconstitutional powers with the goal of conditioning us for authoritarian control. Nearly 250 years ago, we rejected the arbitrary control of a king, and it seems we have to do it again. In the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson wrote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed." That's us. "That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute," turn the page, "institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness." I am not proposing revolution, but we clearly need to alter what is occurring. Our current administration believes authoritarian violence is winning politics. Unity and constant peaceful resistance will prove them wrong. But we must not take the bait to justify their violence. We must resist peacefully and clearly demonstrate who and what they are. Bullies who wish to force us to comply. Our inalienable rights demand our resistance to this tyranny. Peter Panchy. He knows of what he speaks. Now, very quickly, just one other thing. I don't know if you folks saw a few weeks back in early May when Bruce Springsteen started off his European tour. And he was in Manchester, England, and he pontificated much better than I could possibly. Plus he's the boss. So, and I'm just a little boss. But I decided I edited down some excerpts of what he said that night, and I'd like to share them with you today. "In my home, the America that I love, the America I've written about that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years, is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous administration."
Yes.
You probably heard Trump didn't like that part. "In America, they're persecuting people for using their right to free speech and voicing their dissent. This is happening now. In America, the richest men are taking satisfaction in abandoning the world's poorest children to sickness and death. This is happening now. In my country, they're taking sadistic pleasure in the pain they inflict on loyal American workers. They're rolling back historic civil rights legislation that led to a more just and plural society. They're abandoning our great allies and siding with dictators against those struggling for their freedom. They're defunding American universities that won't bow down to their ideological demands. They're removing residents off American streets and without due process, deporting them to foreign detention centers and prisons. This is all happening now. A majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government. They have no concern and no idea of what it means to be deeply American. The America that I've sung to you about for 50 years is real, and regardless of its faults, is a great country with a great people. The last check on power after the checks and balances of government have failed are the people, you and me. It's the union of people around a common set of values. Now that's all that stands between democracy and authoritarianism. So at the end of the day, all we've really got is each other. So we'll survive this moment. I have a hope because I believe in the truth of what the great American writer James Baldwin said. He said, "In this world, there isn't as much humanity as one would like, but there's enough."
Yes.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce.
Susan and Ray are going to sing a few more songs, a couple more songs. I know it's drying up a little bit, but it's January. We're all feeling a little anxious, I know. And we're going to do the march in a bit. Now about the march, like I said, way more people than I expected to show up. But I am pleasantly surprised.